Apollo 13, Survival dramatizes the harrowing journey of NASA's Apollo 13 mission. It captures the perilous challenges faced by astronauts Jim Lovell, Fred Haise, and Jack Swigert, as well as the heroic efforts of the ground team in Houston. The movie blends technical precision with emotional storytelling to depict a near-catastrophic space exploration. The launch and early optimism. The film begins with the Apollo 13 mission's preparation and the enthusiasm surrounding the upcoming moon landing. Amid technical checks and camaraderie, the crew exudes confidence. As the spacecraft launches, the tension rises, but initial systems seem stable. The astronauts marvel at the wonders of space, sharing their experiences with the world through live television broadcasts, though public interest appears muted compared to earlier Apollo missions. While the crew adjusts to the zero-gravity environment, they discuss current events, including cultural shifts like the Beatles' breakup. Their mission progresses smoothly, with glimpses of humor and humanity, as Fred struggles with setting up his hammock in zero gravity. Houston, we've had a problem. The mission takes a dramatic turn when the crew is instructed to stir the cryogenic tanks, a routine procedure that triggers a catastrophic oxygen tank explosion. This iconic moment is marked by Swigert's urgent call, "Houston, we've had a problem." The spacecraft begins to lose power and oxygen, and the situation escalates rapidly. The crew and mission control scramble to diagnose the damage. A large bang shakes the spacecraft, and the astronauts observe oxygen venting into space. Systems begin to fail, and panic brews both in the capsule and on Earth. The loss of critical resources forces the crew to conserve power and ration supplies while improvising solutions under extreme conditions. The fight for survival. Mission Control, led by Flight Director Gene Kranz, devises emergency plans to bring the crew home. Engineers and scientists work tirelessly, simulating conditions on Earth to find solutions. Their creativity and resolve are highlighted as they address obstacles, from reconfiguring the spacecraft's power systems to devising a makeshift carbon dioxide scrubber using only materials available on board. The astronauts endure grueling conditions, including freezing temperatures and rising carbon dioxide levels. Communication with Earth becomes a lifeline, as every decision must be coordinated precisely to ensure survival. Navigating the crisis. To conserve resources, the crew powers down the command module and moves into the lunar module, Aquarius, originally designed for a moon landing. The decision transforms the lunar module into a lifeboat. However, this change presents its own challenges, as Aquarius lacks the systems to support the crew for the extended journey back to Earth. The spacecraft passes the moon, a poignant moment as the astronauts glimpse Mount Marilyn, named by Lovell after his wife. The crew is now on a free return trajectory, but their path is fraught with risks. The team must execute a series of precise burns to adjust their course, including a manual burn based on techniques developed during Apollo 8. Despite the precariousness of their situation, the astronauts maintain their resolve and professionalism. Overcoming the final hurdles. As re-entry approaches, the astronauts face one final trial, powering up the command module without exceeding its limited energy supply. The sequence requires meticulous execution, and Mission Control provides step-by-step guidance. The service module is jettisoned, revealing the extent of the damage. An entire panel is blown out. The crew bids farewell to Aquarius, their lifeboat, before enduring the intense re-entry process. The tension peaks as communication blackout extends beyond the expected duration, leaving Mission Control and families on edge. The triumphant return. Finally, the spacecraft emerges from the atmosphere, and parachutes deploy successfully. The astronauts splash down safely in the Pacific Ocean, greeted by relief and jubilation from Mission Control and the world. The film concludes with reflections on the resilience and ingenuity displayed during the crisis. A world holding its breath. As the crisis unfolds, news of the Apollo 13 disaster spreads, captivating the global audience. What began as a routine mission now becomes a story of survival against impossible odds. The media broadcasts updates, and the public watches anxiously, unified in their hope for the crew's safe return. Mission Control becomes a hive of frantic activity. Engineers, scientists, and astronauts collaborate tirelessly, brainstorming ways to conserve power and ensure the spacecraft stays on course. The movie highlights the complexity of their work and the incredible ingenuity required to navigate the crisis. Flight Director Gene Kranz's calm but firm leadership anchors the team, symbolized by his iconic line, "Failure is not an option." In space, the astronauts endure worsening conditions. The command module grows colder as systems shut down, and the crew resorts to rationing food and water. The freezing temperatures lead to frost forming inside the spacecraft, and the physical toll on the crew becomes evident. Despite this, Lovell, Haise, and Swigert maintain their focus and determination, displaying the professionalism and camaraderie that define the mission. Makeshift solutions in a race against time. One of the most pivotal moments in the movie is the construction of a makeshift carbon dioxide filter. With rising CO2 levels threatening the crew's survival, Mission Control devises a solution using only the materials available on board. The scene underscores the ingenuity and resourcefulness of the team, as engineers on the ground piece together a working prototype from duct tape, plastic bags, and spare parts. Their success demonstrates the power of human innovation in the face of adversity. The film also delves into the personal struggles of the astronauts. Fred Haise, suffering from a fever and exhaustion, faces additional physical challenges, while Jim Lovell grapples with the responsibility of leading his crew through the crisis. Jack Swigert, who joined the mission as a last-minute replacement, proves his mettle under pressure, solidifying the trust of his crewmates. The shadow of the moon. As the spacecraft swings around the far side of the moon, the crew enters radio blackout. This moment of isolation is visually stunning, with the darkened lunar surface and the distant Earth emphasizing the vastness of space. For the astronauts, the sight of their home planet becomes a powerful reminder of what they are fighting to return to. Passing the moon also marks a turning point in their journey. The crew is now on a free return trajectory, but their path to Earth remains fraught with challenges. Every maneuver must be calculated with precision, and even minor errors could spell disaster. The movie captures the tension as the astronauts execute a manual course correction, guided only by their view of Earth through the spacecraft's window. The emotional weight on Earth. Back on Earth, the families of the astronauts are shown grappling with fear and uncertainty. Marilyn Lovell, Jim's wife, emerges as a pillar of strength, shielding her children from the worst of the news while advocating for her husband's safe return. These moments humanize the story, reminding viewers of the personal stakes involved in the mission. The movie also explores the bond between the astronauts and the mission control team. Ken Mattingly, who was removed from the mission due to potential exposure to measles, plays a crucial role in the ground-based simulations. His meticulous work ensures that the crew has a viable plan for powering up the command module without draining the limited battery reserves. The final descent. As re-entry nears, the tension reaches its zenith. The crew must jettison the damaged service module and lunar module, leaving them with only the command module for the final leg of their journey. The movie captures the awe and horror of the moment as the service module's damage is revealed, with an entire panel blown away by the explosion. The re-entry sequence is a masterclass in suspense. Communication blackout, a routine part of re-entry, stretches longer than expected, heightening the anxiety of everyone watching. The silence is palpable, both in mission control and among the global audience. Finally, the radio crackles to life, and the spacecraft's parachutes deploy, signaling a successful splashdown. The relief and joy are overwhelming as the astronauts are recovered from the Pacific Ocean. The world celebrates their safe return, and the film ends on a triumphant note, with reflections on the courage and resilience of all involved. Themes and legacy. The movie concludes with a narration reflecting on the legacy of Apollo 13. Despite the mission's failure to land on the moon, it becomes a defining moment in space exploration history. The story is a testament to human ingenuity, teamwork, and the unbreakable spirit of exploration. Apollo 13, Survival not only recounts a historical event but also serves as a reminder of what humanity can achieve when united by a common purpose. Through stunning visuals, compelling performances, and a gripping narrative, the film immortalizes the Apollo 13 mission as one of the greatest survival stories ever told. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.